everyone, welcome back to Breakthrough Career Coaching. I am Ning, your host, and a certified career development practitioner, as well as a certified life coach in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. And today, we're going to talk about zero local experience. Check it out. And the next tip is set realistic goals. Well, what do I mean by that? Simply put, you could be, let's say you're a youth and you have very high aspirations. You know you have amazing skill sets. However, because you don't have any local experience, I would recommend you to be a little bit more realistic. Start small, baby steps. Or let's say you are a senior accountant back home before you move to Canada. Or maybe you are somebody who are executive director level person. Guess what? When you're in this new place, you may actually have to lower that standard slightly. Perhaps you can start with the lower level of roles to get your foot just in the door first. And or maybe smaller companies. I know all of us wanted to get in those big corporate, reputable companies like Google, for instance. But guess what? All the rest people also want to work there. You're competing against hundreds of other applicants who may have extensive local experience and great education background. Unless you truly feel like you just are the top 1%, I actually encourage you to consider the option of starting small. Smaller size companies, smaller size team, maybe a startup even. Really all of these can help you build your experience because you're just starting out, right? So don't be too picky there. And remember, these are all great ways to build on your skills and network. Again, network we're going to keep on coming up because I want to highlight how important that is for landing that job. Remember, 60% of people actually get their jobs through hidden job market. So let's keep on building the experience that employers look for, but also build on the networking, your professional network. It's so critical. Okay, fourth and the last tip. We are going to start with contract work. I know a lot of you are saying, you know what, I'm only looking for a permanent job. I'm only looking for full-time. But sometimes circumstances may not allow you to do all those. So let's start with something a little short-termed, maybe contract-based even, right? All these are experiences. These are all the things that can build towards those greater and bigger things that you ultimately wanted to get in. So don't entirely overlook the contract work. Go to your temp agencies in the community, talk to them, and see if there's any entry-level roles that can allow the company that you work for to showcase your skill sets. Who knows? They could potentially offer you a job after a couple weeks. Maybe they really like you, which actually happened to me once. So don't be too scared having that stereotypical view of like, I gotta have only permanent jobs. Start with contract work. Just explore these opportunities with these temp agencies. There are some great temp agencies I've utilized before. ExecuTrade was one of them, although now they're no longer. But Adaco or Robert Half or Express Employment Professionals, all these have their own specialties. Some are maybe more labor types of work. Some maybe are a little bit more accounting related. So just do some research and get the word out again. Like this could be one of your networking opportunity as well. When you start working for these companies in a temporary manner, once they recognize how great of a worker you are, no company is going to let you go without offering you something better. Okay, so utilize these positions as a stepping stone for permanent roles and prove your value through these contract assignments and increase the chances of being hired permanently. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for you. And I know it sounds so simple, but always the hardest to do is the actual work. Another side tip is that if you are truly senior level executives or have tons of experience overseas, I want you to tone down some of your job titles and demonstrate through your listing of resume that you actually are also hands-on, that you're not just somebody who know the higher level overview of how things run, but you did some frontline work, and to really descriptively put those in your resume and cover letter. And while you're doing the job, that's also another great way to say that you are not afraid to get your hands dirty. Well, figuratively. And guess what? If you're flexible and willing to adapt whenever employer asks you something, great opportunities are always going to come your way. All right, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for hearing today's video. I hope that's helpful. Please don't be afraid to give us a thumbs up and like, as well as subscribe, so that you won't miss any other cool tips about job search. And keep crushing those career goals. And I'll see you next time.